Okay. What's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. Welcome back to Dominion 6. I believe this is now going to be the 10th recorded playthrough I have. I mean, it's not like they're super lengthy playthroughs or anything. I don't know what our average is across each one of these playthroughs. They're just like a couple videos long, usually like 2 videos. We kind of managed to do this style in, so like 5-hour playthroughs or something, give or take. So not too bad. 5.5. And I think that's a solid length just to try to get through all these factions. I mean, ideally I'd like to try out every one of the base game factions and then add in some fun modded factions. But that takes some time. Anyways, this time I wanted to try out some aquatic stuff. Something, one of the water factions that starts on water, or is based heavily around water. There are some sailing factions, I think, but I really wanted to do something in the water itself. And so I looked at a handful of them, and I have decided on Atlantis. So we're going to do early age Atlantis, because then if I'm interested enough, we can then do middle age Atlantis and late age Atlantis and sort of see the progression there. I think late age Atlantis is pretty different. Pretty different. We'll take a look. But as for a map, we obviously want one with a decent amount of water. So we could do... I mean, I don't want it to be like if we did 1C or something, it seems like if there's no other water faction, it seems kind of powerful for me, right? But at the same time, it's kind of nice because then I could have the sea, and then I just have to worry about getting on land to maybe get some of the thrones. But I don't know, maybe 2 Cs is sort of balanced. Maybe 2 Cs. Then I don't have as much free territory to roam around in. Let's do 2 Cs with east-west wraparound. Yeah. Alright, and this will be Mangg's LPs 10. I don't know why. Oh, yeah. Okay. So if we look at early age, and we look at Atlantis, emergence of the deep ones. Excellent. So, for centuries, the seas have been the domain of the Tritons, but recently a nation of beings resembling a cross between fish, frog, and human has emerged in the deepest gorges of the oceans. The race is not entirely unknown, for there are a few of them who have made shallow coastal reefs their home, but the Triton kings never imagined that they were numerous or powerful enough to form a nation. These Atlanteans of the deeps never stop growing and will live for several hundred years unless killed. The Atlantean society is organized in a strict hierarchy of size and age. The oldest and most cunning Atlanteans have made themselves kings and queens of the Basalt City in the deepest reaches of the ocean. The Atlanteans of the deeps use weapons of enchanted basalt made by the Basalt Kings. Cool. Deep ones. So they're all amphibious, meaning that they're not aquatic. All of them can go in water or on land. You see they have the amphibian. No penalties fighting on land or sea. So that's excellent. That is much better than some of the aquatic nations that are a lot more limited when they're on land or their options for land. We are pretty solid. Our military is light infantry. So that's like these little deep ones and stuff. Light infantry. Shamblers, which are the big sort of deep... the big deep ones. The deep ones. But we have no missile weapons because we're an aquatic race. So, arrows, not a big thing underwater. So that is a Slightly shitty parts. We can obviously get independent archers and stuff, but I imagine we'll be relying on mages. Our magic is earth, interestingly, and of course water and fire for some reason, along with some astral. We have powerful priests and advanced forts. All right, let's go down the list. We have a basic scout, dark vision, amphibian, blah, blah, blah. The Shambler Chief, dark vision. I'm probably going to have a lot of dark vision. 75 leadership. The Coral Commander with poison barb. So anyone striking it with a short weapon, length no more than 1, will get poisoned for 5 damage. 100 leadership, 27 damage on that Coral Glaive. Damn. It's pretty sweet. Then a Coral Priest, basic level 1 priest. Mother of the Deep, level 2 priest. Mage of the Deep, here we go. So they, for one, have Gift of Water Breathing, so they can command... they can give non-water breathing units the ability to breathe underwater. 15 size points, which is about 5 standard humans. So not super amazing. But that does mean that that's enough for, like, bodyguards. You know, if you got some, like, good infantry bodyguards or something, you could take them underwater. So they have level 2 water, and then 100% chance for fire, water, earth, and astral. And then another 100% for fire, water, earth. Which means that they could be 2 water, 2 fire, 2 water, 2 earth. They could even be 4 water, which is nuts. Or some combination. As well as astral. 25% of our mages will have an astral thing for communions. So it's not bad. You know, we're obviously going to be making a lot of these because there's our standard mage. So that's our research fodder. That, you know, they're not cheap. 300 gold is not the cheapest of mages. But yeah. Then we have Basalt Queen. Oh boy. Level 3 priests, which is awesome. They're sacred. They have a Fear 5 aura. They're fire resistant, cold resistant, dark vision 100. 200 leadership. And they're not even that super expensive. I mean, kind of expensive, but... okay. And then Basalt King. Ho ho ho. 620 gold is pretty expensive. Low leadership, but they do have magic leadership. They got Fire 1, Water 2, Earth 3, and then Fire, Water, or Earth, and a 10% chance for another Fire, Water, or Earth. 19 research, Sacred units, Fear 5, Fire resistant, blah, 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 and a resource bonus. So they will grant 10 extra resources in the fort they're in. Well, yeah, surprisingly heavy on the earth. I mean, we can get level 4 earth mages pretty reliably, to be honest. Or level 3 earth, level 2 fire? Magma shit? Okay. That's pretty powerful. For our units, we got the Atlantean Spearman. So it's our cheapest fodder. Above average hit points, below average protection, average magic resistance, morale, attack. Slightly above average strength, below average defense, below average combat speed. Pretty lame. Yeah, I mean, they do have some natural protection, so that is something, but overall not super hot. Spears, decent, okay, not great damage. The Reef Dwellers, they do get the Poison Barbs, which is already an upgrade. They have 10 protection, 11 defense. They get shields. I'm not really sure why you'd really make this Spearman unless you want just really cheap resource chaff, but you're spending the same amount of gold, so yeah. Deep ones. So they're fire resistant, cold resistant. They've got 14 hit points. Really shitty protection and magic resistance. Shitty defense. Not great attack, but they do get 2 attacks. 12 and 14 damage. Okay. Remember, this is early age, so, you know, having really high-powered stuff to crack open high protection is not as important as later ages. Yeah, Type 1 Spearmen. They get Basalt Spears. Length 3, 11 attacks, 16 magic damage. Having magic damage on such cheap infantry is pretty nice. Still terrible protection and magic resistance. And bad defense, so they're mostly hoping to just skirt by on repelling. But, they also get the extra bite attack, so maybe flanker is not a worst option. But, I don't know, I'd still probably lean towards the Reef Dwellers for just a basic front line. But I don't know if we'll even recruit these, we'll see. Shamblers, the upgraded version. 22 hit points, 7 protection. 15 strength, 15 damage on both their claw attacks. Interesting stuff here. We do get various earth buffs, but I don't know if like temper armor and how that works against on just pure natural protection. The Shambler of the Deep. 26 hit points, 13 morale, 9 protection, 16 strength. So 10 attacks on their 3 attacks, 16, 16, and 18. This is our sort of almost like our cavalry, or serving a similar purpose to our cavalry, I think. Just flank damage dealers to cut through the army. War Shambler. Now 22 hit points, 12 protection, 13 morale, 11 defense. They get stone spears, 17 piercing damage, and they do get the shield, which helps against arrows. Honestly, I don't know why I would ever build the shitty ones, the Reef Dwellers, when I could just build War Shamblers. I mean, yeah, the Reef Dwellers are even more expensive in resources, so we'd probably want some good growth, some good order to get higher income and stuff. Warrior of the Deep, though, 27 hit points, 9 protection, blah, 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 17 strength. They get those Basalt Spears and the Bite for 19 damage. And they do have shields. But the resource cost is drastically higher because of the Basalt Spear. Oh, wait, no, the Warrior of the Deep also gets that. So why is it... Oh, because they have actual armor. Oh, no, that's the Coral Guard. Right, yeah, okay. Now, the War Shambler versus the Warrior Deep, 4 extra resources is pretty negligible. You get 5 more hit points. You do lose some protection, I suppose. You lose 3 protection. You lose some magic resistance. You actually lose defense, too. So you're sacrificing a lot just for that Basalt Spear attack. And I'd almost rather just have War Shamblers as the frontliners and maybe just Shambler of the Deep for flankers. But it might be good to mix in some Warriors of the Deep for the magic attack, but we'll see. We'll see. Usually against AI stuff, it's not that important. Coral Guards, however, here you go now. Our heavy infantry, 24 hit points, 17 protection, 14 morale, 12 defense. They got Coral Glaives dealing 27 damage with a weak poison. They do have shields. There might be not much reason to make other frontliners compared to these guys. If I could actually get nature and get like regeneration on these guys, that would be pretty fantastic. But they do have armor, so you can buff up their armor and things like that. Yeah, Coral Guards. And then Living Pillar, capital only. So this is our sacred unit, 50 resources, 31 hit points, 21 protection is very good. 15 morale is very good. Shit ass defense. 22 damage, magic, basalt spears, and a bite attack. Ooh boy, that's pretty good. But that's a high resource cost amongst a nation that doesn't really care about resources much. Which I suppose sort of balances it out then. It's not like you can make many of these guys usually anyways. So we probably do want a decent bless for the Living Pillars and the Basalt King. Because the Basalt King could thug pretty fucking hard. With 2 water already, that's, you know, self-quickness. You got Earth for all sorts of nice strength and protection bonuses. There aren't too many self-buffs with fire, I don't think. But then there's also, you know, the Bless. The Bless. So, okay. I think we're looking at kind of a somewhat strong Bless. Maybe not that heavy on scales. It's outside of maybe some order. For players, yeah, we'll do 6. We'll go difficult. It's fine. Okay. Right. So our form. Ooh. Dag. Oh god. I mean, I have to take fucking Dagon. How can I not take the father of the deep ones? This has to be taken. Unfortunately, he obviously does have a lot of the same traits that our own spellcasters have, so he's a little redundant. But he gets he's got sloth scale limit +1, which I'm not super inclined to take, but I guess again, we don't need that many resources outside of the capital and making a few of those big boys. He's got a fear aura, poison resistant, dark vision, gift of water breathing, 250. Yeah. I don't think he's got 119 hit points. He's got a claw attack, bite attack that hit pretty hard, and a grab and swallow. I wouldn't really rank him too much as far as a awake expander, to be honest. So we might make him dormant, because once I do get some magic researched and he can actually do some self buffs, he might be okay. He might be okay with expanding, but yeah, I think probably just throwing him on dormant and maybe giving him a bit more magic for a bit better of a bless. Okay, so say we do Sloth 1, because I don't care that much about resources, and say we want how are we on recruitment points? So like these guys are 30, 30, 35, 39. That adds up pretty quick. So I think we do want order rather than growth. I don't really want to futz with too much of our scale. I don't think this is a scale heavy nation. Maybe this, because my mages are kind of expensive. I don't have any cheap research fodder, so maybe slightly higher magic, but mostly we just want spells, and I think I want to take... I think I probably want to take an extra path. So what do we have if I just do water and earth? Quickness is pretty good, as always. Although frost mist weapons, which would be a cold AoE on all their attacks. And our guys do have cold resistance built in. That's not bad. I would have to go into cold, which does hurt my income and supplies a little bit, but not massively so. And then we could take frost mist weapons. I don't know how highly recommended it is, but it seems kind of good. Also, chill aura. But that seems a bit excessive. So you'd have to get water 7 at the very least. Frost mist weapons. And then beyond that, if I didn't want to take any other paths, I might be able to swing hard skin. I don't know if I could get Fortitude. Well, I could go to 7, so I could grab Fortitude. But obviously I picked 2 Incarnates, so we're going to have to expand without our God and without our Sacred units, really. Also, I need 2 more. Yeah, I don't think I can get that. So if I just grab Hard Skin instead... Yeah, I'd have to go with that. Okay. Is that recommended? I don't know. I never know. I'm gonna go with this almost certainly, but let's glance at this guy's guide. He's got a guide for every nation. I mean, he must know his shit. So EA Atlantis. What sort of gods does he recommend? So for a super combatant, he recommends an Awake Sea Dragon with Chill Aura. And that's it. That's the only thing. Chill Aura. For a Rainbow Bless or Rainbow Pretender, 15 shock resistance, 2 reinvigorate, 3 magic resistance, 3 undyne, 15 poison resistance, and blood surge. Well, it's certainly a much better bless than I have. And then for scales, an imprisoned monolith with 2 reinvigorate, 3 magic resistance, 1 HP, 15 poison resistance. And obviously pretty heavy on the scales. Order 3, again, this is Dominion's 5. So order 3, productivity 3, cold 3. Interestingly. Growth 3, luck 0, magic 3. That is very heavy scales. What exactly do we have? I don't know. Kind of just middle of the road. But this one's mine. I made this. And it's Dagon. Obviously, he doesn't really recommend... Oh, no. No, he doesn't really recommend Dagon. So, fuck it. This one's mine. Shub-Kutug. No, we're going to name him Dagon. All praise Dagon. Alright. I'm so tempted to always just disable all these events, but it seems... Let's go random events rare. It does get tiresome just seeing all this shit constantly popping up every turn. So we'll go rare. And we're going to do our usual point system. Just because it always works out. Maybe sometime we'll switch it up. I've also heard of just doing only level 2s. And you need to get half of the level 2s in the world in order to win. So, like, you do, like, 8 level 2 thrones, and you need to get 4 of them. Something like that. I mean, we could try that sometime. Alright. We are here in Atlantis. There is a lot of locations connected to Atlantis. Jesus. We have a throne connected to us. We got a couple farms connected to us. The Holy Sea connected to us. And we are fully amphibious, so it's all kind of equal. Put them on research. We are going to probably not prophetize. We probably want to get a Basalt Queen to turn into our prophet, right? So that's expensive right there. Let's go scope out the Endless Plain real quick. And we have 20 spearmen and 15 deep ones. It's not the worst army we could possibly have. I'm not going to send him out turn 1 because I'm not an idiot. So there's that. Research. What are we focusing on? Well, we want water, because we know we have that in spades. And if we go with Alteration 2, we get gooey water, which I like. Can only be cast underwater, but it's a nice, big, slow effect. They'll move more slowly and have trouble defending themselves. I like that pretty nicely. Also, if we go to Alteration 3, we get Freeze. It's a small AoE, but it causes them to be slowed and suffer from fatigue each turn. And then you go 4 Alteration, you get Quickness, which is a very nice buff. And slow. Attack -2, defense -2. Yeah. Those are all pretty good stuff. So that's a lot of water stuff. We go Evocation, you get stuff like Cold Bolt. Can't cast underwater. You get Acid Spray, which is pretty good because we do have access to water and fire. So that's a pretty damn nice spell. 10 acid armor piercing. It's not super amazing against armor targets, but again, this is early age. Area effect 5, fast casting time, low fatigue cost. Shitty range, but, you know. Or Geyser, which has much better range. Even lower fatigue cost. Yeah, Geyser's pretty nice if they're unarmored. But it's like, how fast are we going to get mages onto the field where I need to concern myself with it? Otherwise, focusing more on Earth. Going into, say, Construction. Level 2 gives you Temper Armors, which we know to be pretty damn great, and would probably turn the tide on some battles. Who are we using as our commanders, generally? I mean, we have the Basalt Queen, but I don't really have any commanders that can cast spells, unfortunately, with high leadership. So, yeah, I mean, the Basalt Queens are going to be sort of our big boy commanders, and then otherwise, probably the Coral commanders. So, no magic on them. So, I'd have to bring along mages. The only guarantee we can make is they're going to have 2 water. And, I mean, we're definitely within, like, the first 8 or so. We're probably going to get one that has 2 earth. And we can send them along. But I think focusing on water is more sensible. And we will be able to summon Claymen. Vile Water summons a gelatinous cube. Yeah. Okay. I'm probably leaning towards Alteration. And going to Alteration 4 to get quickness. It's going to be hard to beat that. Okay. Done. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so the Endless Plain has 50 heavy infantry and slingers. Strongdale. Summoned heavy infantry. Strong Bay is definitely tougher. Holy Sea is pretty easy, and it's a kelp forest, which I think is higher income. Okay. Endless Plain's not too bad from the sound of it. And this is the corner of the map. Okay, so we're going to want... War Shamblers? Or Coral Guards? It's a lot more resource intensive. Well, we definitely want Living Pillars, right? Yeah, my resource generation is garbage at the moment, so we can't get too many of those. It's almost not even worth making them. We need more just standard troops. Warrior of the Deep is 10 resources, which is not too bad. Yeah, I mean, Coral Guards are a lot better. 17 protection is very nice, but I can only get, like, 4 of those a turn. Compared to War Shamblers, I can get, like, not that many. I can get that many per turn. Yeah. For now. Maybe I should diversify a little bit and grab either Shamblers or Shambler of the Deep. We'll go with some Shamblers of the Deep there. Okay, I think you can probably take on the Shark Tribe Tritons. Tritons. Yeah. Well, we lost all the deep ones. I imagine because they were... No, they had the same combat speed. But they must have just connected first. No, they fucking beelined for him for some reason. That was weird. Those guys were definitely the more expensive ones, so that sucked. But they're Okay. And Misfortune +2, Magic +2 in the Holy See. Well, damn, there wasn't much of an ocean they gave, or a sea. Damn, what the hell? I can't even go over here. What the hell? Okay, go back on. You already became mute. Leadership divided by 4. Oh, God. But that's alright. We got Saega, who will become our prophets. We're recruiting. Good, good, good. All is good. We need to start getting Mages of the Deep, which are expensive as shit. Okay, we like that. Three water, 1 earth. Good, good. Okay. And you are going to cast Fanaticism, Divine Blessing, and then cast spells. Okay. Can I win against Heavy Infantry and Slinger? I think we do okay against Heavy Infantry and Slinger. You're going to be set on patrol until you die, I guess. Or something happens to you. We got what looks like probably a throne level 2, I would guess. There's also an underground. Okay, we lost 1 Shambler of the Deep, but hey, we killed 33 heavy infantry, so I think they did their job pretty well. And of course I didn't set the other 2, so they just ran forward immediately. Brilliant. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that didn't really work out too greatly. It's alright. Oh, no, they're gonna bump into that there and stab, 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 stab as I butcher them from behind. Yeah, they got caught on the wall of War Shamblers. Okay, not perfect because I forgot to script it. But we only lost 1 Shambler of the Deep, so... Femouth got a fucking heroic increased defense skill, my ass. Okay. Good. Cataphracts and light cavalry. What is a cataphract? Isn't that just a heavy horse? Cataphract. Yep. 15 protection. 15 defense. I mean, not super insane damage or anything, but yeah. Not great. We don't know how many cataphracts there are in that bunch. But I want to take it, because this will be good income. And we're going to send him here to build a fort. There we are. Income is slowly picking up, so that's good. That's good. Yeah, we're going to stick with War Shamblers now, and some Shamblers of the Deep. Not going with our best units just yet. Ooh, a lot worse. Definitely a lot worse. Those cataphracts were problematic. Lost 10 spearmen, but they were pretty shit. 5 of our shamblers, 7 war shamblers. Half our army there. But we took it, and that's good, because it's... well, it's not that amazing of a one. This one is the real prize. And now I have to try and afford a fucking fort. I could make buddies with Tirnanog immediately, because I already have butted heads against him. And I'm definitely not in a position to fight. We've also encountered Kylasa. But I don't think I want to make buddies with them just yet. Yeah, I mean, it's important I keep the mages flowing, so I don't really want to stop that, and I need to replenish the army, so money's just going to be a little slow and tight for the moment. Slow and tight, baby! I'm going to just send you back home. Whoops. Fucking Tirnanog did not hear of it. But you can always just send him another one. Maybe they'll reply differently. Yeah, okay. Okay. Good. Can I can take Age Nor. Almost certainly. Can I take Strong Bay against Furbolg warriors, slingers, and militia? Let us look at some Furbolgs. Furbolg warriors. Well, there's a couple different types, but this one has 13 hit points, 7 protection, 14 defense, 18 damage on their bronze axes, length 1, 11 morale. Okay. You know, pretty relatively standard sort of strong infantry with low protection. So not that big of a deal. I mean, our deep Shamblers of the Deep will kind of shred them pretty quickly. The Slingers, they do 10 damage with the sling, range 30, precision 12, so attack of 10. But I do have shields, so that helps. And then the Militia are quite a bit worse. 4 protection, 14 defense, because they have shields, and bronze spears with 14 damage. I don't know. It might be nice to take a spellcaster. Because you could cast gooey water. But no, we're gonna be out of water, so it would be like flying shards. They do have pretty low protection. So on average, this will do like, I don't know, maybe 1 point of damage. If it's a blunt damage on head hits, you know, a few points of damage. But, you know, you can kind of spam it a little bit. Or freezing touch, but that's range 1. Yeah. So do I want to send a mage just to spam blind shards over and over? Not really, I guess. Unless you can cast fireflies. Armor piercing 8 magic damage, 6 effects. Low precision. But probably better. Okay. Fuck it. We'll take own guy with us. It's a strong bay. So, if we can get these nice farmlands, really crank up our income, all that good stuff. Yeah, we kind of want you to just stand here. I mean, you're not going to get hits for a while. Range 30 plus, so 35. I wish there was just a... I wish someone just had an image that just showed me, like, the whole battlefield and what I could expect out of range 35. Like, where should I position my guy if I want him to be able to hit, like, at the start of the combat? Like, surely that exists. You telling me no one has done that for Dominions? Fuck. What is the distance in squares from the front line of one battle formation to the rear line of the enemy battle formation? What's the size of each side's deployment area in squares, and how many, if any, squares exist between those two areas in the final full battle grid? Yes. Here are 2 links I found. They don't match up 100% with my own in-game calculations. Okay, so this link says that your deployment field covers like 17 squares. Seems kind of a random number, but okay. And then 17 squares, or would that be 16 squares? Okay, let's say 16. That's a bit more sensible. So 16 squares on our side, 16 squares on their side, and then in between there's 12 squares. No, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 squares? Okay. That means if I put them at the front, 17 squares plus 18 squares is 35. So if I put them right at the front, they can reach the enemy backline at the start of the combat. But that's a little too... Well, I'd have to move my guys up further to compensate so he doesn't get caught outside of it. Or he doesn't catch the attackers. I don't know. I think that's probably fine. We're going to see. We are going to see today how that does. I really just have no fucking money to speak of. Probably getting too many troops. But I don't have that many troops, so it's kind of hard to say. Yeesh. Let's watch. Okay, so he cast Quicken Self because he couldn't cast Fireflies. Now he's... So yeah, they start on the back line, I think. And they're coming in fucking fast. Way fast. Why is this guy so fucking fast? He's got swiftness. Why does he have swiftness? Okay, and then the javelins come in, of which I'm completely unprotected. And thankfully he is going to be safe. Cast in Fireflies. Now he casts Burn. Okay, that's good. Burn. Their front line is holding up remarkably well, despite my mage spamming Burn for all the good that does. Okay, we did rout them. That's good, that's good. And now the slingers routed. Okay. Not without an incident. That was a little close for comfort, but it did work out. That guy with swiftness scared me. I think he got paralyzed or petrified. So we ended up losing 3 shamblers, 12 war shamblers. Not super cheap. Not super cheap at all, but that's 124 income off that one. Well, now would be maybe a good time to be friends with this faction that has 200... It has a lot of units already. Jesus, where are you getting all this money from? It's not fair. Yeah, let's fire off a letter to Kailasa. And we're going to take Summer Bay while we're at it. Tirnanog refused again. We lost one more Shambler of the Deep, but we won that battle handily. My mage got 0 kills, so that's great. Found some nature gems. Well, I do keep losing Dominion, I guess, whenever they refuse. So that is sort of the balancing mechanic, so you don't just spam it. So my Dominion is pretty diminished. Jesus. Okay, I guess we're not going to be buddies with Tirnanog. Hopefully they don't also refuse. 130 Bear Tribe, 60 Militia, Heavy Infantry, and Archers. Probably more doable. But I gotta just keep going. I need so much money. I guess we could go here instead. We could be a little more sensible rather than shitting in their backyard. They may not take kindly to that. Which maybe that influenced Tirnanog that I took this and seemed to go right for him. But look at it. I mean, our bases are 2 provinces away. Who fucking picked that? That's not how it should be. Alright, let's take Ormond. Slowly getting money up. Okay, God, they also fucking refused. What the hell? At least I did that with no casualties. It's great. And he's now Famous hero. 1,400 people in Endless Plain. Tied. I'm not happy about that. Dominion 1 in my capital. I'm very close to getting Dom killed already. Heavy cavalry is a little scary. Long deads and ghouls. Oh, boy. What's the stat on a ghoul exactly? 10 hit points, 0 protection, 10 defense, 10 attack with their poison claw. Yeah, they got the paralyzing stun poison on it. Magic resistance negates. We have okay magic resistance, I guess. It's not horrible. It's a lot, though. 140? 100-ish? Well, we do have, Breeze. But I don't know if that works on undead, actually. I have no idea. Maybe that doesn't work on inanimates? How could you know? How could you fucking know? And then I also have immolation. But that's, yeah, I mean, that basically kills us. Okay, I mean, maybe freeze will do something. That's iffy. I probably should head back, replenish my troops, and try and take this stuff. All this stuff. I'm probably gonna have to concede this ground at some point. Alright, let's make it back to Atlantis. Slow going, to say the least. We're up to 91 research per month. I could cool it on mages, I suppose, for just like a turn or two, just so I can build this palisade right now. Mother Hydra, the future queen, has joined our cause. A prominent basalt queen. So we have Dagon and Mother Hydra. Excellent. She is a level 4 priest. Fear 5 aura, fire resistant, cold resistant, void sanity. Less likely to go insane when influenced by the void. And undreaming. This much extra magic resistance versus sleep effects. Also has a double chance of waking up from sleep each combat round. Seems pretty fringe. 58 hit points, 16 protection, 200 leadership, 20 morale. Well, she's basically just an extra level 4 priest I have now. So why don't you immediately start preaching? We need all the help we can get here. Stick with that. I probably should have someone start going around to search. Well, I'm gonna send you to the Holy See to search that. We'll start with that. Constant darkness. Good thing I have dark vision. Actually, this would be a very good time to attack stuff. Okay, replenishing our troops. Oh, you haven't made it back yet? Okay, just research for the moment. Yeah, this is all pretty empty here. I could be taking all this shit, so we'll focus on that. After alteration, what do we want to move into? Evocation? You have this nice mage rolling with me, so we'll go with that. Yeah, Getting Thaumaturgy. I discovered this in my last solo game. It's actually really nice for the various remote searching spells. So you got Augury for fire. You've got Haruspex for nature. You get Auspex for air. Gnome Lore for earth. And I think then there are some that are for... There are different ones. Not that, not that. Ponderation? I don't, where the fuck is the astral one? No, it's not that high. It's not an evocation. You get astral projection, but that's not it. This is called astral probing or something. I miss it. Is it under Thaumaturgy? I mean, it would kind of make sense to be under Thaumaturgy. No, it's not. Where the fuck is astral probing? Do you just have it? You just start with it? Is it a level 0 or something I'm not seeing? I don't know, but there is obviously... So all of them have basically a remote searching thing that you can just sit somewhere on a lab, spend a couple gems, and then search a nearby spot. Oh, there... No, it's astral projection. I don't know where the fuck it is. And you search it as if you were a level 9 mage of that thing. So if there's a magic site of that type there, you will find it, guaranteed. And you can just set it as a monthly ritual, and they will just keep searching every spot they can that hasn't been searched already. And they'll find it. And it was just so nice to set just a couple of my mages on that, because I was getting a decent gem income for all these different things, and it was going up even more because I was remote searching and finding all these things, and it's just so much more time efficient to just do that with a couple mages rather than sending some guy to move, search, move, you know. So yeah, I'm kind of a big fan of remote searching now, so we definitely want to get that going for water and earth for sure, which I can definitely afford, and then probably do it for fire, because that'll help our fire income. So all my 3 sort of mages. If we can find any sort of independent mage, that would help too. But that's always easier said than done. This guy's a 10% chance to get nature 1, but that's not worth it. Yeah. So... You know, it's usually hard to come by, but anyways. Tirnanog hereby declares war upon our unholy nation. And we did find a copper cliff in the Holy See. 1 earth, 1 fire. Nicely done, my friend. Nicely done indeed. Okay. There is Oceania here. Very interesting. These waters are not connected. So this is probably the worst Oceania start in the history of starts. No other water for him to go into. Only the underground and land. I mean, I didn't get much better, but damn. Damn, damn. Alright, come on back. Alright, 82. And you were with on guy, I believe. Get any better spells now? Not yet. Alright, well, we're gonna send you to... I'm gonna go ahead and send you to the Eagle Reach Mountains. Dagon has emerged. There was a battle in Bahamut, which we, of course, lost because we had nothing. We lost our mage. Must have... How did he die? They didn't get any kills. Oh, a conjurer summoned some sort of bullshit. Summoned some skeleton that ran forward and killed my mage. Well, that's a costly mistake, but otherwise we won. This is really unfortunate, so let's spend the money to bolster that. And go there real quick. Alright, Dagon the Dagon. Right, so now we get our Bless. Now we get Frost Weapons and Hard Skin. So, look at Dagon's 24 total protection. Head and body. Thanks to his Earth magic as well. And he's got Frost Weapons. So, all of his attacks... I think we'll do the AoE shit, I believe. And he has a Fear Aura. Can he cast any decent self buffs other than... Oh, we can get Liquid Body, which is great. We can do Liquid Body. He can do Quickness. He can do Stone Skin, but at a certain point... Oh, he could also do fucking Temper Flesh. But we already have Liquid Body, which does basically the same thing. But if I can cast Temper Flesh, isn't that just better? Well, +1 Wound Fend, I suppose, is pretty nice. To avoid those nasty permanent wounds. Does lose 4 strength, but it's kind of better. But he can cast Personal Iron Skin for +5. Yes. Ice Shield randomly blocks about half the attacks against your person. But you'd want to be careful about how many... Oh, not Quickness. Quicken Self. You know, that's 20 fatigue, 40 fatigue. If I did Personal Iron Skin, that's 60 fatigue. And then Ice Shield is 80 fatigue. Like, it's a lot of fatigue. It's kind of worth it, but kind of not worth it. Let's try... I don't know. Is Ice Shield any good? I don't usually hear it brought up. Stone Skin plus Quicken Self plus Ice Shield seems to be sufficient to go against most normal indies. Okay. So Ice Shield is kind of good. Alright, then we'll skip Personal Iron Skin. Yeah, we'll skip that and attack closest. And then just put him in the back to recover some fatigue. Alright, Dagon can apparently solo. Let's send him into Strongdale. Give him something to think about. Alright, he did try and attack us with 55 troops. He got plenty of kills. We lost 32 half our War Shamblers, most of our Shambler of the Deep, but we did win. And then here, Dagon did do well. Let's watch. Always nice to see a solo unit do some work. Liquid Body. Quicken Self. Cold Bolt. He didn't cast Ice Shield. That's weird. Swallowed a heavy infantry, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if he is actually doing the AoE cold shit because he doesn't have a weapon. Okay. He is taking nothing. He is taking absolutely... Well, you hit him in the leg there for 4. Dominion penalty minus 47. Jesus. His current max hit points 71. His current hit points is 108. Wonder how we explain that one. Is that from swallowing? Is that from swallowing? Get extra hit points from the damage they do to swallowed creatures. Okay. That's pretty noticeable. So normally he'd only have 71 hit points. He's still at 78. He's not doing a whole lot of damage. I think that's where he suffers. So if we could get that one spell that just gives him, like, the chill aura. Because the fear aura... Oh, did he actually... I think he lost. He just didn't die. Oh, man, he got down to 25. Yeah, they have such good morale. That's true, and I think we're fighting in their Dominion. Yeah. Alright, really good Dominion. A really good morale on their part. Okay. Didn't expect that much opposition. But that's alright, he's fine. He's everything's fine here. Here. So why didn't he cast Ice Shield? Only underwater. Now we know. Okay, well then we'll definitely go with Personal Iron Skin. This little thorn in my side. Tiernanog. Can't really afford to beat him out. You could try for a decent little... Here, Reavers of the Deep. 50 Ictiad Warriors is not too shabby. I'm just going to place the minimum bid. Alright, we lost 14 more War Shamblers. My army, there isn't much to my army at the moment, so glad we won, I guess. And then Dagon easily soloed the Bear Tribe Warriors. Not much problem there. Just see if we go in here real quick. Liquid Body, Quicken Self. Personal Iron Skin. So he's sitting at, let's see here, 24 protection. I wonder if that even increased. Oh, I should have looked beforehand. See what it was at before. I don't know if that went up at all. But he is slash blunt pierce resistant, which is great. Quickness. Liquid Body, he's got affliction resistance, and he'll swallow to get some hit points. Yeah. That's pretty good. And the Fear Aura to shred their morale. Definitely not unstoppable by any means, and there is a very fair chance he goes down. But that was a pretty rough battle for him to do, and like I said, if we get that chill aura... could just have him cast Cold Blast, but yeah. Enchantment, Breath of Winter. That's what we want. So that's enchantment 2. Let's try for that. But I think that he could... Man, the heavy cavalry are kind of scary. Sort of scary, to be honest. And I don't even know if Winter Shield or whatever would help with that. It's just catching all those lances. It's going to do just massive damage to him. If I had given him any amount of Astral so he could cast Body Ethereal, that would have been huge. That would have made the difference, but... You know, dipping into other paths for these guys is really not cheap. Yeah, and me getting an Astral Mage... I don't think... Did I have access? I don't think I had access to any... Oh no, you have a 25% chance to get Astral. Shouldn't I have one? I do have one. So we could send Yig-Goloth along as a fluffer. So basically just... At the very start, he casts a few buffs, and then he just stands there or retreats. I don't really like the retreat option, because there is a chance that he'll just die by running into enemy territory. And these guys are expensive, so I'd rather he just stands there and hope they don't go all the way to the back to attack him. But yeah, we could fluff. Should increase his survivability quite a lot. Alright, I'm going to have you just search for sites there. And... I'm going to have you now construct a fortress here. And I'm going to patrol here for the moment. Okay. Yeah, no, I got to keep preaching and everything. But can I have someone search? No, not yet. Soon, though. Nothing. Found a bunch of gems. Heat +1 on rest increase. We don't like that. Okay. So, if we have you cast Body Ethereal, Gift of Cheated Fates, doesn't really do much. That'll negate the first successful strike, which is probably going to be, in this case, a lance attack, which is kind of nice. I suppose, but I can also just throw... I don't know what Temper Flesh would really do for him. Or Iron Will, in case there's a spellcaster in there, I suppose, is something. Yeah. Alright, I'll throw Gift of Cheated Fate on him. And then basically nothing. I don't want him getting close. I mean, he could maybe help, but I don't want him catching an arrow, so that's it. Now we're going to put you all the way at the back like that. Alright, go in, go in. Let's see how we do it. Yeah, money's tight. Money's tight, tight, tight. Let's watch. I mean, ethereal. Ethereal is so, like, it's such an amazing, easy buff that anyone with Astral 1, and it's not even self-ethereal, it's like a group one. It's so good. Oh, get in there, man. Get in there. Oh, you fuck. You just stood there for way too long. Fuck, that was your 300 gold fluffer. Damn it, man. If you would have just taken one step forward. Alright, I mean, you can just see, like, he's... insane increase in survivability. To the point of it might be worth it to just empower him in Astral so he can cast it on himself. And I don't have to worry about that anymore. Or you could empower him in Nature to get personal regen. But I think against Indy's Body Ethereal is just better. Fucking hell. Well, that's what that looks like. Getting a fortress in Summer Bay would be really good. Strong Bay, I feel like I'm about to lose. I think he's about to move that in, and it is what it is, but Summer Bay I could get. So why don't you move to Summer Bay? Although, do I really want him building that? Not especially. Alright. Sailor's Death for my 3 water. It's not a huge AoE. It's not amazing range or anything. But it does 14 plus armor negating magic damage. That's pretty good. Even against armor target, it's just pretty good damage. Armor negating, baby. 3 water, yeah, and that's under Thaumaturgy, surprisingly. I could put Strength of Giants on, but I don't think Strength plus 4 does much compared to Breath of Winter. A lot of fatigue, and I don't think that helps against these undead, but I'm not sure. Well, we can definitely take Erd on. The Bonelands. Oh yeah, I got these guys. Well, I may as well have you attack Tirnanog. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna lose this battle. Maybe I should just concede the position. But if I can just get you to go here... Alright, maybe he'll give me an extra turn. We'll see. Research queue empty. Oh no. Well, probably construction is good. But did I get all my good thaumaturgy? I didn't get gnome lore. Let's go one more thaumaturgy. Then that at least. I think we're gonna have a lot of water gems. And we have a lot of earth gems. Okay, let's see if I die. Well, he attacked us in Bahamut, and he won. Thankfully, I didn't lose my profit. Deep Forest, good. Erd, good. Pretty light troop there. Good. Good. Just keep taking stuff. He might be able to do this. Jade Maidens kind of scare me. They're pretty nasty cavalry with magic attacks, I believe. No. Okay, not. Just light lances. Yeah, but still, it's cavalry. It's 12 damage cavalry. And there's 70 there, and he doesn't have the ethereal buff. Which kind of not smart to do it. I don't really need it. So honestly, I guess go back and I'll have him build the palisade. Okay, go back home, replenish troops. Oh, I guess I gotta have Fimoth go build the palisade, sure. Our income's okay, not amazing. So now... No, he still can't cast that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Mikey. Where the fuck is the water sense? Search. Where is the water search? No. Definitely not. I mean, definitely not, right? Right? Alteration? I have a lot of alteration. What? Conjuration? Okay, am I just big dumb? Voice of Apsu. Conjuration. There it is. What a weird name. Can't just call it water searching or something. No, you gotta call it Voice of Apsu. So I need Conjuration 4 to search for water sites. Okay, we'll do that first then. Alright, but we can do... nothing. I can do fire. I can do augury. Okay. We're gonna have you cast ritual. You have... oh, what, you can't cast underwater, right? Yep, can't cast underwater. Alright, then I gotta build a lab in the Endless Plain. Or... Summer Bay. Okay, I'm fine. Good, he took Strongdale, he attacked us. Farseer Mountains. We lost that. Upcoming arena battle. What mountains? What? Oh, here. Damn it! Asshole. Not on my watch. Lab's kind of expensive, but sure. I'm also gonna lose this bid, so we'll do that. You're gonna pick up loads of troops again. Okay. Maybe I should take a mage with. Maybe one of these 3 water ones. And let's script you. I'm not gonna throw you that far out front, I don't think. Actually, probably our whole army should just keep moving up. Not a great reason to be up front, but mages are a good reason to be up front. I could cast quickness on some of them, but then some of them would rush forward, so it's kind of iffy. Don't really have any amazing buffs for them, so mostly you're here for killing. Sailor's Death is pretty nice. Pretty nice. But we need something at the start that's very long range. Flare, but I don't think he can cast that until I get Phoenix Power. Cold Bolt. Yeah, Cold Bolt. So cast a couple cold bolts, and then see about doing Sailor's Death. Cast spells. Okay. Soga. Alright. Alright. Battle in Cause du Par. Okay, the mercenaries got wiped out. That's a pretty nice commander. Okay. Got Kushi. Yeah. Fun. Who knows what his bless is. Battle in Farseer Mountains. Dagon did perfectly well. No problem. The arena. Tirnanog lost to Kailasa. Still struggling with Dominion. Like, good God, am I struggling with Dominion. I think I eventually need to build more priests or more temples, more everything, or wipe out Tirnanog. That would be a good start. I'm just gonna keep tearing up his shit because I'm sick of him. Alright, and then here... I was gonna have him start doing his augury. I suppose I should. Okay. You are going to cast Monthly Ritual of Augury. Start right there. It has to be provinces you control. You can't search enemy ones. Nowhere do you really want to, I guess? Because then the enemy could just take it from you. Well, I don't think magic... I don't know. Do magic sites show up publicly? I don't think so. Some of them do. Anyways. Okay. Yes, next turn I should be able to immediately build a palisade here, so that's good. Might be Dom killed next turn, though. Who knows? No magic sites in the Deep Forest. We lost Strongdale. Dagon is doing very well. I mean, we gotta see. He doesn't even have Ethereal. He's doing well. Liquid Body. Quicken Self. Personal Iron Skin. Breath of Winter. Puts him at only 12 fatigue. Perhaps I just fundamentally misunderstand some things. Why is he only building up 12 fatigue? I don't know, but I'll take it. That makes him much better. Oh, and that nice freeze aura. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Let's see. Miss. His defense rolls. Now, that's kind of interesting. His defense is 0. Oh, well, he does have the harass penalty now. He has a base of 13. Yeah, he has a base of 13. So if we scroll down to on the log, now we're the harassment penalty. Yeah, no one's missing it. Defense roll 0. No one's missing him now. So that is what it is. But yeah, that protection 24, 24, 21, 21. It is very tough for them to break through. And if they do break through, they're dealing like 2 points of damage, 5, 3, 1. And he has quite a lot of hit points, thanks to digesting these fuckers. They do damage. I mean, if the battle went on long enough, if there was 800 troops, yeah, I mean, he would die. But the chill aura, the fear aura, it's all working, and shredding them good. Boom, get swallowed, bro. Up to 66 fatigue. Quickness does wear on you. Excellent. Okay, good. And then the battle in Bamat, we lost 2 Shamblers, 3 War Shamblers. Mage of the Deep didn't get any kills. Now, how is that on Earth possible? Whiff. Good God. time it takes for that to just travel, just to do nothing. Sailor's death. Sailor's death. Sailor's death. It almost would be better. I always look at AoE. I always love AoE, and that's just like, because that's usually the fun big effects that hit multiple things. But honestly, single target stuff that you just spam over and over probably is more likely to actually get like 7 or 8 kills throughout a battle. Whereas obviously he didn't get jack shit of kills. Sailor's death. He did hit Cataphract for 7, 13, 9, 13. Okay. That was kind of my hope there. Sailor's death would do all right. It hits the Cataphracts and the War Horses. But he didn't kill any of them, apparently. But he helped, so how upset can I be? He's just one little mage. And these assholes with all their glamours. It'd be really nice to wipe out Tir na Nog. Easier said than done. 210 units there. Yeesh. Yeesh, yeesh, yeesh. Uh-oh, Abyssia. Abyssia is not fun. The fire will rain. Maybe I should just be friends with Abyssia immediately. Can't really afford to hurt my Dominion even more, but we will. We will. That's really what's been fucking me. Alright. We did get Thaumaturgy 4. So now we can do Gnome Lore monthly, which I will do. And we also could do... I think that's it. I think that's it for right now. Yeah, for right now. Okay. Yeah, it's all iffy. It's all on the knife edge of fucking Tir na Nog. We can deal with this army. He doesn't have much else. Maybe. Alan Barmot, which we won, amazingly. Here, Dagon, another victory for him. Excellent. Paz du Par. We did win. More casualties, though. It all adds up. And then he attacked us in Deep Forest, where we lost. Moved his main army there. And he immediately breached Deep Forest, which means he is definitely going to pop that. I can't get there in time. The only thing I can do is sort of lock him in position so he can't leave Deep Forest. Dagon's going to keep moving across. I should build a second army or just send Mother Hydra in. But I just don't have that many troops, man. I'm not making that many troops. I'm getting a bit more money, so we probably could expand this amount a little bit. Am I mostly happy with this setup? I think so, even though Coral Guards would be quite a bit better. But I can make even like less of these guys. So do I want volume, quantity, or quality, really? If I want quantity, I can just go with like Reef Dwellers. I just went with Reef Dwellers. Nah, I mean, I'm fucking resource screwed. Because they get the shields, so that adds up. If I would want just cheap resource, that's the Shamblers. Shambler of the Deep. So I have to go with those. Yeah, I mean, obviously all this armor costs shit. So you could just go with spearmen without shields. These guys are heavy on the recruitment point. The big boys are heavy on the recruitment points. So could just go for the cheapies. Could go deep one spearman, which is not super heavy on recruitment point gold or resource. And they do have basalt spears, but no armor, no shields. So then why wouldn't I just go with these that at least have some armor? Which is... armor's kind of nice. Then I could have quite a lot of these every turn for not that much money. We're making compromises, man. I can't save the fortress. I didn't even know I had a fortress. I guess he built it. I don't remember even... I don't know what happened there. But yeah, we might have to send in just some mages. I mean, maybe I could go in right now with Mother Hydra, with this army, and like all my mages. And just summon something and just rain spells, and maybe it would do something. Maybe I could save the day. It would be pretty triumphant. But it seems also kind of dumb. There is a level of dumbness there. Curse of the Desert. There you go. Desiccation. 2d8 fatigue damage each turn. Area effect 5, precision 100. Damn. That will shred their fatigue. Although I think Tyrannog units generally have high magic resistance, so there's that. But fuck it, I want Curse of the Desert. I want to see it happen. Anyone else? Yeah, okay, let me... Anyone with 3 water, just spam that. Surprisingly, a lot of units. A lot of my mages have 3 water. The rest, I don't know. I don't really care that much. Blessing's pointless. I don't have any sacred units. So, just cast spells. And then, yeah, let's put them all... Put them all, like, there. I probably should throw out some buffs. So I could probably put... What, Temper Flesh? Okay. I'm gonna just have them do this. Anyone with Earth, just cast Temper Flesh. And then, this is so dumb, throwing all my mages away. Get some Temper Flesh on these guys down here. Okay. Well, they'll all be tempered. There's other buffs, and they will cast other buffs, I guarantee it. Fuck it, let's go. Balls to the wall, baby! There we go. Ready for all my mages to die. We have a non-aggression pact with Abyssia and Kailasa. Excellent. Cast Augury, nothing there. Deep Forest, here we go. Let's watch. We're gonna shred their fatigue as much as I can. Oh, bad body ethereal was I forgot I had arcane. Holy shit. Don't cast quickness. Body ethereal will help a lot with these arrows coming or slings coming in. Oh god, the hounds. The hounds. That didn't work. We're face tanking with mages with a body ethereal. We're doing it. You're doing it, Peter. Now they're all fatigued out. But we're getting some spells in. We're losing some mages. Oh. Come on. No, don't rout. We can win this. Don't run. No, Mother Hydra. No. Fuck. Damn, I was confident. Well, we lost 12 of our 16 mages, which is, let's see, 3,600 gold, I believe, so that's awesome. Yeah, that battle was pretty easily, I don't know, 4,200 bucks or something of a loss, and I killed 62. The mages got a total of 17 kills, but there was a lot of fatigue stuff. There was the buff stuff, so it's can't just look at kills. The real problem was the Kushis kind of getting right up in our face immediately, interrupting our whole infantry from holding the line. Those things suck. 28 combat speed. They're not super. I mean, they have 26 hit points. They're not super defensible or anything, but yeah. Dagon got another kill. We won the Battle of Strongdale, which is pretty good. And then they captured our fortress. The provincial defense of 120 reef dwellers. All died. How did this... What? Did they just... What? Oh. Because there's no... But no, what? How did they all die and then only one kill happened? They immediately routed. Why was there not a commander of part of the PD? I don't know. Well, they took the forest. So can these three... Can these three handle it? If you have any other buffs, now would be the time. No, not really. No, not really. But Curse of the Desert... Again, like I'm just so addicted to AoE. And it's much harder to sort of discern whether it's actually doing something or not in like the post-battle report. Fuck it, doing it. I mean, I can't win the siege. Can't storm the castle with that, but that might get us started. But God, I mean, we lost so much. And I'm not gonna... He's got so many of these Kushi and shit like that. It's just... Fuck, what is this map? This is abysmal. It just... I feel so cramped. I would have been better with just complete random generation, I think. I'm doing okay on money, so I probably should be recruiting here. And get reef dwellers here. But, man, they're kind of resource heavy. I could just get an army of fucking slingers instead. Give them flaming weapons. Jesus. Yep, we lost. Lost another mage, 14 shamblers, 22 war shamblers, killed 32. Dagon continues to just demolish, but he obviously can't break a fortress on his own. I can send the wet ones in there. We're not helping too much here. That was good. We lost Strongdale. Okay, we beat the PD of Deep Forest, but that's not saying much. And Dagon died. Yep. Okay. I think we're gonna do something I haven't done before. I'm actually gonna start over. And just to keep things moving on a somewhat decent pace, I'm about to be Dom killed. In fact, I think if I just end the turn, I will be Dom killed. Nope. Now Dom killed. Surprisingly, no. This, for some reason, this spot's holding fresh. I mean, I don't think I would end turns like this. Oh, wow. Got a level 2 nature mage. That's pretty great. I don't think I would just end the turns like that. Oh, okay, we got this back up to 1. Okay, maybe I'd avoid Dom kill, but it's so close. This map is terrible, and mistakes have been made. So I think I'm going to start over. And I think I might do the circle world. Yeah. So we'll call this Mangg's LPs 10-2. I think I want better scales. I mean, obviously having just more room to maneuver will help with our income and everything, but I think I just want better scale. I want higher order and all that fun stuff. I mean, Dagon going around was helpful, but I just want more troops. Really, I mean, it's just crazy. What's really wild is how few options we have. But I might just go with the Imprisoned Monolith or something. There's the Dark Crystal. New magic paths cost 40. And then that's the same. This guy's discounted down to 170, which is kind of nice. But he comes with nature. And you'd spend 40 for nature, maybe. So that's sort of... It's a horse apiece, to be honest. Otherwise, they're pretty damn similar. In which case, why wouldn't I just pick the Dark Crystal? Because it has a magic scale limit +1 if I want to go to that. And we are going heavy on the scales. They seem otherwise very similar. The monolith gives a supply bonus. They're both inept smiths and innate spellcasters. So fuck it, I'll go with the dark, because this is at the center of the basalt city. This is like unique to us. So I'm gonna take the dark crystal. We will grab nature though, because I think that is a good idea. And honestly, for our bless, I'm not overly concerned. But I would say regeneration would probably be very strong with that high of health already. So if we go heavy on nature, regeneration we can grab. Beyond that, we're not going to get too much else out of our bless. So maybe could go larger, but I don't know if that's strictly good. Not for these kind of troops. Resilience of the earth, but that's a little hefty, so I'm not sure really beyond that. Let's worry about that in a second. We're taking imprisoned. We want to go like, yeah, 2 order. Yeah, I struggled with resources, probably to that. Yeah, this hurts supply and income. So I think we could take that. Take growth. Taking fortune. Go all the way there. We're already over, though. So probably don't go all the way. I don't know. And then maybe higher dominion. But I haven't even gotten the rest of my spell shit. So I don't know. I mean, you could. You really could just maybe do that and that and just have regeneration as your bless. Not super amazing at spellcasting outside of nature. This is a nice bless for when he finally does show up. But I don't know. If we look at that guide and what he did for scales, for a scales deity, he did Earth 4, Astral 5, Nature 4. Double reinvigoration, 3 magic resistance, 1 HP, 15 poison resistance. And then pretty much did max scales except for luck. Yeah, basically max scale except for luck with Dom 7. So, okay, if we skip regeneration and we go for a bit more of a balanced kind of thing, and you do reinvigoration, 3 magic resistance. Dude, this is it won't add up. Like, we won't be able to get everything. Then 1 HP. Resilient. And 15 poison resistance. No way we're getting all 3 of that. So we can maybe do 2. Maybe 1 poison resistant. You can do that. But I think poison resistance is for a spell that was very, very powerful in Dominions 5 and then got nerfed, called Foul Vapors. Yeah, so Foul Vapors is a battlefield-wide enchantment spell that causes 5 poison damage, like, every round or something like that. Like, it's really disgusting. Yeah. And you used to be able to do that with 3 nature, 1 water at enchantment 5. And so if you had poison resistance and your enemy doesn't, that was just really OP to do that. In Dominion 6, from what I understand, it got nerfed. Now it's enchantment 6, requires 4 nature. And it just says poison clouds appear all over the battlefield. So it's not nearly as good. So I think the poison resistance is probably negligible. And I could see just taking another magic resistance. Yeah. I'd probably say so. So you can do that. I think that's probably more balanced. And then 6 Dom and these scales. Or we could take 1 higher magic. Yeah, okay, we'll do 1 luck, 3 magic. Then we got good research going. So, and the nice thing about this is none of this is incarnate. So our sacred units will start as long as they're blessed. Double reinvigoration, 3 magic resistance, plus 1 HP. I'd say that HP is the weakest part, although it does affect our big commanders as well and our priests, but that's not super important. I don't know, it's mostly just the 1 point thing doesn't matter. You're not getting much out of 1 point. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Onyx Breaker. Okay, and then the same usual setup for now, or should I switch it? Okay, we'll switch it. So I think usually, well, it doesn't, I mean, sort of how long do you want to play? So if you do 4, and then there's 8 thrones. No, there'd be, well, in that case, there'd be 4 thrones, right? You'd have to get half of them. Yeah, you have to get half of them. So if you do 8 thrones and you need 8 points, then you have to get 4 thrones to win. Alright, we'll try that. Okay. So let's see how our generation here changes. If it's nicer to us. That was quite the world gen there. Okay, that's more what I wanted to see. We're out in the ocean. We can sort of expand on our own time, not get swamped, just forced to be on land and fighting land creatures. This is much better. So I'm going to play for a bit on my own just to kind of get to where we were. So maybe a year or 2. I won't play too much. I see we start next to a throne. And now we know they're all level 2s. So none of them are going to have, like, pretenders on them. They're just going to have, generally, a shit ton of troops. So now we all know they're all level 2. And we just have to get 4 of them, which is more than we needed in the old days. But I feel more confident with this. Our scales are really good. So we should be able to just make a lot of our sacred units. With our high dom, we can make 6 of these living pillars a turn. And they are by far our best unit, even without any bless. 21 protection, 31 hit points, 17 morale, 22 magic damage with their spears. Their defense pretty shitty, but we can just buff up their protection even more with earth magic and stuff. And give them quickness and stuff. I mean, they'll be pretty powerful. In fact, what does the guide say for the early game? Early game, expansion parties of a Coral Commander and 15 Warriors of the Deep. You should soon be taking 3+ provinces a turn. Yeah. So Dominions 5 also had weaker independent provinces. And so that was sort of the expectation. Like, very quickly you'd be taking just massive amounts. They buffed up independence quite a bit for Dominion 6. So now it's more like, if you can take 1 per turn, you're doing all right. Alternate commander recruitment with mages of the deep, which make excellent battle mages. After first fort, then only basalt kings in capital. Build the first fortress, none on land unless to secure thrones or indie mages at turn 7. Yeah, obviously, again, Dominions 5. And research Conjuration 5/6 to get water elementals and the shark spells for underwater combat. Try hard to secure independent sacred mages for cheap research and magic diversity, especially astral mages like shamans. Now, what I wonder is, like, how can you tell? Can you tell where to pick up independent mages. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't see anyone really talking about that or anything. I don't really see that mentioned. So usually I just have to like check every province I've taken and see if they have mages to recruit. Because it's not like you can even see on the map, like when you see the independent armies, they don't show you the commanders or anything. Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, okay. I mean, I agree. Independent mages are nice because usually they're a lot cheaper than my 300 cost mage, and allows for even faster research. And yeah, getting Astro ones for some good communions. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And it says for mid-game, main goal is to eliminate all other underwater nations if possible, and then use the amphibious advantage to blitzkrieg coastal nations by hitting 6+ provinces with raiders and thugs per turn. Priority research targets Conjuration 5-6 for elementals, Alteration 6-7 for buffs, as well as Solar Eclipse, yeah, because we have Dark Vision and stuff. And Construction 6, well, that would be in our case, I think Construction 7, for boosters, research items, and combat equipment. Basalt Queens are exceptional army leaders, making Warriors of the Deep and Deep Ones hard to rout. Troops really start to shine with some buffs. Strength of Giants, Legions of Steel, Quickness, Marble Warriors, and Skull Mentors, Lightless Lanterns will dramatically increase research speed. Doesn't really talk about your sacred units a whole lot. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, it mentions here notable troops, heavily armored line holders with 2 attacks and high HP, but 10 encumbrance and very high resource cost. So, he barely gives them a mention, to be honest. And he doesn't have... I mean, he kind of has a pretender suggestion for going for a higher bless. But it's mostly just to get a big rainbow mage. So... yeah, mostly you're looking at Warriors of the Deep and Deep One Spearmen is kind of his big recommendations. Now, I had already gravitated towards Warriors of the Deep because that was oh no, I didn't grab it. I was going for War Shamblers. These guys cost the same gold amount, 4 resources more, same recruitment. So, yeah. So for 4 resources more, you get the Basalt Spear that does magic damage and 4 more damage, and you get a bite attack, which is great. The only thing you lose out on is the protection. But they do have good natural protection. And with buffs, I mean, they get even more protective. So, okay, I'm on board with Warriors of the Deep. And then he said, Deep One Spearmen. That's these littler guys. Also with the Basalt Spear. So he obviously values the magic damage pretty highly. But this is someone, obviously, that normally plays multiplayer, I'm certain. Where, obviously, there's a lot more cheese with, like, Ethereal and Invulnerability and crap like that. Magic damage matters quite a bit more. But... you know, if it's good enough for multiplayer, it's good enough for me. So I'm on board with this strat. So then, what, these would be Yeah, because they also get the secondary bite attack, which is very good. I mean, that's basically doubles their damage compared to a non-double attacker. Says they do need buffs, but yeah. Okay. Alright, I'm on board with that. It's all about the deep ones. Alright, so yeah, I'll play for a bit on my own and come back, and then we'll take it from there. And hopefully I have a good chunk of the ocean carved out for myself. Now that there actually is an ocean. Unlike the last map where I purposefully, apparently, gimped the shit out of myself. But alright. My name is Mangg. This has been Dominion 6. And I'll see you fine folks in the next part.